All rise for the honorable... Sorry?
Somebody's knocking.
No, nobody was knocking. That was me banging the gavel.
Who's there?
I'm here.
Knock, knock.
Who's there? It's me, Judge Learned Hand. You may be seated. Thank you for the subscription, Game Quoter. Folks, welcome in. My name, of course, is the Honorable Judge Learned Hand, and I will be presiding over the trials tonight here at the Now York Superior Court. If you're joining us, that means that you are our faithful jurors, and also maybe witnesses, and also potentially lawyers at certain parts, and also potentially called upon to be the bailiff and other various things. But mainly your jurors and citizens of Now York here to perform your civic duties. So thank you for joining us. I plead the fifth. Unfortunately, that right is not acknowledged here, Siloth. The way that this works is we've got a variety of defendants here who have been waiting patiently for their day in court to defend themselves against accusations of crimes which they may or may not have committed. We don't know, and that's what we're here to figure out tonight. Now, we're gonna ask them some questions. Obviously, I'm gonna ask them some questions. You're gonna have an opportunity to ask them some questions, but there's...
Some questions.
I'm sorry?
Ask him some questions.
You said questions.
I did not say questions.
Ask him some questions.
I said ask them...
questions, Judge. Come on, you're an honest man, Judge.
All right, I want that stricken from the record.
Stricken.
Yes.
Struck, Judge.
Stricken. And I want that kept in the record. As I was saying, there's a variety of ways that we can affect tonight's proceedings. You and I can ask questions to these defendants to get to the truth.
I object.
Sustained. I'll just shut up then.
Motherfucker said questions.
I'm just kidding. Overruled. We must continue. Folks, there's a variety of ways that you can interact in tonight's proceedings beyond just asking questions to the jurors. You can submit visual evidence for us to display on this television set right here. Take a look at that. Here's some. This is a placeholder image that we use every time. It's the burger dog. But imagine, if you will, that was an image submitted by you, our viewers at home. And the way to submit those images is in our Discord. So folks, if you haven't already, I implore you to join the Everything Now Show Discord, because you can submit images in our Discord and you might see yours used as evidence during tonight's trials. I know. I agree. The way to trigger that evidence to appear on the screen is to use the sound alert. So if you haven't already, familiarize yourself with the sound alerts. There should be some sort of like purple ghost icon somewhere around the screen. Click on that to see the sound alerts. Yeah, spooky, I know. Yeah, we're really killing it with the crowd noises so far tonight. So you can trigger visual evidence that way. You can also use the sound alerts to object, like someone did earlier. Now, the objections don't do anything when we're not currently in a trial, which we are not right now. However, when we do start our trials, the objections do something now.
Do-do?
Judge said do-do.
They do something now. The objections, if we get 3 of them during a trial, automatically make the defendant guilty. Does that make sense? It's just like real life. If somebody objects 3 times during a trial, they're automatically guilty. So keep that in mind during these proceedings. You can also submit written testimony by subscribing to the show. Here's some written testimony from a trial from last time. Virus Too Nasty said, Mr. Mugga met me while he was abroad in the service, aka he was across state lines and told me all about his valor while singing shitty songs and trying to put his fingers in my butt in a cheap motel. Now, I know that might seem like nonsense to you, but I'm sure it was very important testimony during that trial, which I've completely forgotten. If you want to submit your own written testimony during one of these trials, you just got to subscribe and then type !submit and then your testimony after that. And we will display it and read it out to the entire courtroom. But that's not the only reason you should subscribe. You should also subscribe because we've got a goal here, folks. And we've already got 1 sub. We only need 14 more. If we get 14 more, we'll hit our goal and we'll head on over to the police station for some firearm training where you will get an opportunity to shoot people with a gun. And yeah, who doesn't love that? And of course, if you pay $5 at any point during tonight's proceedings, you can call a witness to the witness stand. It can be anybody you want. Just put who you want in the memo of your donation. So it could be a fictional character, it could be a celebrity, it could be ideally somebody related to the crime in some way. A witness who saw the crime, someone related to the defendant. But of course, it's not up to me. That would be my choice, but it's up to you. Thank you, Levi Stubbs, for the gifted sub. Look at that, folks. We're already 2 subs on our way to our goal. But with all of that housekeeping out of the way, I think now it's time to start our first trial. And so let's go ahead. Wow, Johnny, thank you so much for the $5. You have an opportunity to call a witness. We haven't even started the trial yet, so I'm not sure who you would call because we don't know what the trial is yet. But let's get to that now. Let's meet our first defendant. Defendant, please state your name and your vocation for the record.
Evening, Judge. My name is Scorpion Casino.
Oh, I see we have to update our case file there.
Judge, I just got thrown a real wrench on this donation here.
Okay, what's going on, bailiff?
It says smash this.
The mic is off also.
Oh, shit.
Remember right
What
before
did you
this,
say?
You're like,
What did you
you're
say?
like, I'm definitely not gonna forget to turn on
What
the mic.
did you say?
Shit. I'm sorry, Judge.
Should I go?
No,
Should
we
I
gotta.
go?
Bailiff says there's something going on with this donation. What's the deal?
It's Smashins the questions checker. Is that a guy?
I guess.
Alright, we're gonna bring
Not a lot of meat on that bone, but I guess.
somebody in, I guess. We're gonna bring
Okay.
person to come take a look.
Okay. Well, let's figure out what's going on with this defendant. Defendant, apologies. What was your name again? Something Scorpion?
My name is Scorpion Casino.
Right. How could I not remember that? Scorpion Casino.
Yeah.
And what is
Yo.
your vocation, Mr. Casino?
I own and operate a jukebox repair shop.
A jukebox repair shop.
Yes.
I see. All right, well, Mr. Casino, we're going to check our docket real quick and see what it is that you've been brought in for today. Chat, can you remind me, what is it that Mr. Casino, Mr. Scorpion Casino, is accused of? And thank you for the $1, Brando. What did this guy allegedly do? Pirating music, that's right. Thank you, Lupanix. Thank you, Lupanix, for reminding me. Mr. Casino, I'm sorry, Mr. Casino, are you partaking in some sort of
Hello,
controlled
Judge, what?
substance? Yeah, Mr. Casino, you shouldn't be partaking in controlled substances while currently on trial.
It's already in my mouth.
Okay, well,
It's halfway in my mouth.
well, can you get it halfway out of your mouth?
It's now fully in my mouth.
Okay, well, I guess we've sort of missed the
Let's
boat
just
on
act
that
like we
one.
didn't see it.
I suppose that's
Let's
fine.
just play a little game like we just didn't see that happen.
All right, I'm having a hard time doing that, but
I'll play nice if you play nice.
Mr. Casino, do you understand the nature of the crime? For which
Mr.
you stand?
Hand, was it?
Judge Hand.
Judge Hand.
Yes. Mr. Casino, do you understand the nature of the crime that you stand accused of?
No, I didn't hear it.
Okay, you are being accused of pirating music. Taking music that doesn't belong to you through nefarious means. Do you understand that?
Listen, I'm a clean cut guy. All right, I as you can see, I run a jukebox repair shop. We do things old ways. None of that pirating stuff. None of that online business. Okay?
All right, hey, listen.
I feel like you're coming at me right now.
Well, it's sort of my job to
You're
come
very
at you.
accusatory right now.
I'm trying not to be, but I please understand, Mr. Casino, that these are serious crimes that you stand accused of. Now, we've got some written testimony here, and hopefully this will maybe get us a little bit closer to how this all came to be. Maybe there was some misunderstanding, because
I bet
frankly,
there is.
you
I
seem
bet
like
there
an
is,
upstanding
yeah.
guy. All right, let's have a look. Game Quoter says, this defendant, wait, the defendant his their nudes. I'm sorry, I feel like I need to reread this. Let me
You having trouble, Judge?
Let me try that one more
You
time.
having trouble? You having trouble reading it, Judge?
The defendant his their nudes in the bio.
The defendant has their nudes in the bio.
Now, I've got to assume that is someone trying to say that you are displaying sort of lewd or salacious photos of yourself on your social media. Do I understand that correctly?
That's correct.
I see. And Mr. Casino, now, while that doesn't necessarily speak to your guilt in this crime. It does potentially speak to your character. Are you something of an exhibitionist, Mr. Casino, or is this a line of work that you're pursuing?
I'm trying to win back my ex-wife, Judge. She's blocked me on everything. She hasn't figured out how to block me on Facebook. So I've just been posting my nudes on my wall, hoping that she'll see them and remember what she's missing out on.
I see. Okay, well, that's technically, it might be a crime. I'm not sure if that's a crime.
It's blurred.
Oh, okay, you're
But not in the
blurred
but
nudes
not
of
in the
yourself.
places you'd think it is.
Okay, what are you blurring?
My mouth,
Mr. Casino,
my ears,
Mr. Casino.
and my eyes.
Okay, these seem almost artistic then. It seems, I'm not sure. And
It's
what?
an art project, yes. I am an artist.
Okay, we've got a lot of evidence. I really want to explore the idea of these nude photos you are posting
I don't think
on
it's
social
relevant.
media.
To be honest, I don't think it's that
disagree.
relevant.
I think mostly it's just interesting, but I agree that it's not relevant. And hopefully, what is relevant,
I can send you some if you're really that interested. If you really want to see them, I can send you some.
I kind of do, but I can't in good conscience do that while we've got so much other testimony and evidence left to take a look at. So that's gonna have to wait for another time.
It's your house, big dog.
Thank you. I do kind of think of the courtroom as my big house.
Yeah? You ever bring a TV in here, watch a game or
There's
something?
a TV right there. We don't put the game
look
on
at
that.
that.
Look,
You
we
put
got
a game
Mr.
in
Casino.
there?
We got a lot to do. We've got a
I
witness
feel like
on
we're
the
hitting it
stand.
off, Judge.
Mr. Casino, shut the fuck up. We've got a witness.
Whoa!
I'm allowed to say that. I'm the judge. We've got a witness we got to talk to.
I didn't
Okay.
know we were like that, Judge. I thought we were on good terms.
I'm short-tempered right now because we've got a lot to do.
You're looking
Let's
good,
talk to the
Judge.
witness. I'm gonna ignore you now. We're talking to the witness, and that's our first objection, and it couldn't have come at a better time.
I think it's for you.
Nope.
I think that's for you, Judge.
Nope. That's you. That's one objection. You're on thin ice, Mr. Casino. Let's talk to our first witness. Witness, please state your name for the record.
Hi, yes, my name is Smestions the Questions Checker.
I see. Okay. Miss
Must be for you, Judge.
Checker? Is it Checker? The last name Checker?
Questions Checker.
I see. Questions Checker. Do you have any relation to the defendant, Mr. Scorpion? Or Mr. Casino, I should say?
No relationship. Well, it depends on what you count. Mr. Casino is married to my mother.
Okay, that feels like a relation to me. That would make you the stepchild of.
They said married. So I'm not fully done. I can still win her back.
Okay, I guess. Oh wait, I'm a little bit lost here.
Sorry, do you want me to clarify?
Please.
Yeah.
Questions Checker.
Technically, Scorpion Casino is still married to my mother, but they have been separated functionally for decades now.
Has she seen the nudes?
Unfortunately, she has.
And thumbs up? Positive reviews?
Yes.
That's all I needed to hear,
Okay.
Judge. I'm gonna leave now.
No, you are not gonna leave.
Oh.
You are not gonna
I'm
leave.
gonna head out now, Judge. That's all I needed to hear.
Nope, you cannot leave yet. You are still technically on trial. I've got one more question here for Questions Checker. Questions Checker, in your experience with Mr. Casino, have you ever witnessed him using or enjoying digital music? We understand that he repairs jukeboxes as a vocation, but have you ever seen him using digital music?
Your Honor, once when I was 7 years old, I had just received an iPod 1 from my uncle. And I tried listening to a single MP3 track, and Mr. Casino, at that time my live-in stepfather, hit me with a stick. The answer, Your Honor, is no. I've never seen him indulge in the digital arts.
I see, and just to sort of dig into that a little bit deeper, are you saying that you were punished because you were using digital music and your stepfather had some sort of issue with that?
Yes, every time he beat me with the stick, he punctuated it with, "Digital archetypes will never be as true to sound as vinyl groove."
We had 17 jukeboxes in the house. And Questions decided to listen to an MP3 player? That's a crime in itself. Questions should be up here.
Well, No, I'll disagree with you there.
I'm gonna switch places with Questions. It seems like Questions should be on trial.
No, Mr. Casino, you're still on trial.
And it wasn't a stick, it was a bat.
Okay, well, I'm assuming that the statute of limitations has probably run on those crimes. But Questions, I'm gonna let you, unless you have any last, final thoughts that you want to add to the record. I don't want to put you through any more relived trauma from your childhood.
No, thank you, Your Honor.
All right, thank you, Questions Checker. You're free to go. Mr. Casino, although that was some fairly damning evidence as to your character, it does potentially benefit you insofar as it doesn't seem like you're the type of person who would be pirating music.
Hey, tell Squexclamation Mark I say hello.
Okay, your stepchild?
No, that's the mom.
Oh, okay.
That's my wife.
Got it. All right. Well, we've got a lot of written testimony and we've got a lot of witnesses we got to get to. So I need your takes on these pieces of testimony, Mr. Casino. First of all, Levi Stubbs Tears says the 70s and 80s music, the 70s and 80s music panel shows in the UK was called Jukebox Jury. Wait, I feel like I'm not reading these sentences correctly.
It's perfectly clear, Judge.
The 70s and 80s music. I think it's a punctuation that's throwing me off. The 70s and 80s music panel show in the UK was called Jukebox Jury. I presume that's in some way?
That is in some way. Reads perfectly clear.
Give it a shot, Judge.
You go, yeah, Bailiff.
Put
You
it
take.
back up on the screen.
All right, you take a stab at that.
The 70s and 80s music panel show in the UK was called Jukebox Jury. I presume that's in some way?
Your Honor,
I don't understand
Your Honor,
what that's in some way means.
Might I have a stab, Your Honor?
Oh yes, go ahead. Wait, who is that?
I'm the stenographer.
Oh, the stenographer. Yeah, go for it, stenographer.
I'm going to do my best rendering of the meaning, perhaps. Back in the 70s and 80s, there was once a music panel show in the UK, my homeland, called Jukebox Jury.
Yeah,
I presume that's in some way relevant.
I presume that's in. Oh, okay. So you think that there's just a missing word in the second sentence?
Yes, Your Honor.
A question mark sometimes can stand as relevant. In some regards.
It's like saying, I presume that's in some way, and it's like putting it forward.
Okay. All right. Well, keep that in the record.
I do have Jukebox Jury playing at all times on my TV, so it is.
It's playing on your TV?
It plays on my TV at home.
Oh, I see. That's not a song. It's a show, right? Okay, it's a panel show. Okay, we've got some more written testimony. This, I'm sure, will clear things up.
It will.
Okay, McDougal says, Judge's diary. Wait a minute. This is an entry from my diary. I was feeling like a cool judge yesterday and got my nips pierced. The bailiff noticed right away and called me one hot mama. Does bailiff finally like me? Hubba bubba. Wait a minute.
What's up, Judge?
Did I say that out loud? Strike that from the record. Strike that from the record. I wasn't supposed to read that out loud.
I didn't take you as someone to get their nipples pierced, Judge.
No one was supposed to know that.
Your Honor, I can strike it from the record, but my fingers remember every word I type.
Damn it. Okay.
Judge, I'm thinking about our trips to Dave & Buster's in a whole new light now.
All right. Scratch that from your mind, bailiff.
All right, Judge, I will, but it's going to be hard.
Okay.
Does it rub nice on the cloak, Judge?
This trial isn't about me. We've got another piece of written testimony we need to take a look at.
I bet it rubs nice on the cloak, Judge.
We've got so many witnesses we need to talk to. We should probably raise the price.
Shuts up for the rest of this, honestly, because we got so much other stuff we got to do.
Yeah, Judge, maybe you just be quiet for a minute.
No. What's the next piece of written testimony? Are we ready to look at it? Okay. Quism TV says, got him to repair my jukebox. He replaced all my music with him singing Hold Me Now by the Thompson Twins. Care to explain, Mr. Casino?
Hold me now. Is that the song? I'm 6 feet from the edge. I think that's Creed.
That's from 1984.
Hold me now. I'm 6 feet from the edge and I'm thinking maybe 6 feet ain't so far down.
All right, jurors, feel free to consider that in any way you deem fit as to the plausibility of our defendant's story. Where are we at right now, bailiff? What do we have left to do?
Sorry, Judge, I was listening to the song.
Okay.
I pulled it up on YouTube and I was listening to it to try to see if I knew it, and I don't know it.
Okay. Where are we at? I know we got a
Hold
lot
me
of.
now.
I know we got a lot
I'm
of witnesses.
6 feet from the edge, and I'm thinking.
All right,
I'm thinking we might as well do it.
I'm thinking
Hang on.
6
Okay.
feet ain't so far down.
Okay, well, this is fairly damning testimony from What a Disaster, who says they 100% did it 100%.
And that makes 200%, Judge.
Right, so I guess.
How could I be double guilty? I don't think that's possible. So consider that.
It's a good point. I wonder if it kind of
Put
goes
that in
all the
your-
way back around.
Put that in your gavel and smoke it.
I wish I could. I
Judge.
wish I could smoke out of this. Yes, bailiff.
Just a quick thing I'm dealing with over here.
Yeah.
Did we pull the Discord images?
We solicited them, but we didn't put them in the thing, I don't think.
Okay, where would they be?
They would be in a folder called Oops All Rise, probably.
Now there's 2 folders called Oops All Rise.
Well, there should be one that has a date that's today.
429, we don't want that, we would want. Yep, here it is. Oh, that's flight risk, we don't want that.
Do we have a witness we can talk to while we're doing all this?
It was gonna be me is the thing, but let's get, yeah.
Surely there's one. There's like
Yeah.
5 we're waiting
We
on.
do have 4. Okay, one second.
In the meantime, Mr. Casino,
Yeah.
do you have anything you'd like to add to the record? Any clarifying elements of your story with everything that we've learned so far?
As we know, I repair jukeboxes. I watch jukebox, whatever the hell that show was, all the time. I'm not listening to MP3s. I beat my kid for listening to MP3s.
That is an insane defense, but in this particular context, beating your child is actually potentially your best argument for your innocence. However, the trial is not yet done, and we've got another witness to hear
Trial's
from.
done?
Nope,
Thank
the trial
you,
is
Judge.
not done.
I will be leaving now.
The trial is not done.
Okay.
Mr. Casino, we've got another witness we need to hear from. Let's hear from them now. Witness, please state your name for the record.
Hey.
I'm trying to cut to you. It's
I
not
think
working.
because I've loaded the Discord images in.
Okay, well, I'll just hold off on that for a second then.
Can't wait to meet this witness.
I can't wait. I'm
A
sure.
lot of images today.
Yeah.
There's so many more than there usually is. Almost.
There we go.
Yeah, I'm Mike Oxsmall, the rapper.
Mr. Oxmall.
Mr. Mike Oxsmall, the rapper.
Sorry.
To everyone.
Mr. Mike Oxwell, the rapper. Do you have any relation to the defendant, Mr. Scorpion Casino?
I mean, unfortunately, I do.
I see. Can you tell me the nature of your relationship?
Oh, whose music do you think he pirated?
Oh.
Mine, with
see.
my music.
Well, here's an interesting twist. Okay, so we've got a witness claiming that their music was pirated. Now, could you maybe give us a sample of the song that allegedly Mr. Scorpion stole from you?
Yeah, you want me to freestyle it?
Yeah, if you want to. I mean, we could give you a beat. You want me to beat for it? Give you a beat?
Yeah, because it's an interpretive song, so it kind of changes as it goes.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mike on the mic. Hey, I rap cause I tap cause I cap. I got a cap on my head, but that isn't my only fap. I fap when I want to, I fap when I'm free. I fap all over the United States, sea to sea. It's a song about masturbation and kind of just opening where we can masturbate. And,
Okay, sorry. Are you still rapping or are you explaining the song?
This is the interlude of the song. In case people don't get the song, I usually stop rapping and just explain it.
Explain it, got
I
it.
like all of my audience to be on the same page, Judge.
I always tell my wife I wish more rap songs would do that so I could enjoy them because they're saying all these things and I can tell it means something, but it's going over my head, you know?
I mean, you're not my core audience, Judge, so I'm not surprised.
All right, well, that's a little bit hurtful, but hopefully one day. In any event, Mr. Mike Oxmall, the rapper.
Yes.
You are alleging that Mr. Scorpion Casino stole that music.
I don't have to allege. Every jukebox he has my songs on it. I haven't seen a dime.
Well, those are bold accusations. Do you have any other statements or testimony that you'd like to add to the record before we let you go?
Yeah, I would just like to say that when I got into partnership with the defendant here, I thought he was a good guy. He gave me some lemonade, baked me a muffin. Little did I know that he was just deceit. It was all lies. He's got nothing. He's got nothing to give. You know, a lot to take, nothing to give.
Well, very compelling testimony. Thank you, Mr. Mike Oxmall, the rapper, for your testimony. You're free to go.
Thank you, Judge.
Mr. Casino, do you want to respond to any of those statements?
Listen, it's undeniable that Mike is the voice of a generation. I get one request for all my jukebox repairs, and that's to get an Oxmall record on that jukebox, okay? This is just one of those bad contracts, I'd say. I had Mike sign a contract for the use of their song in the jukebox, in perpetuity, indefinitely. And they weren't happy with that business deal. I'm sorry. They drank the lemonade, they ate the muffins, they signed the contract. Okay? I can't help if they want. I can pull up the contract if you want.
No, thanks. That sounds boring. We've got probably a couple more witnesses, I think.
We've got 3 more witnesses, Judge, but we also got a written testimony.
All right, well, let's have a
Not
look.
written testimony, sorry, of just the TV thing.
Okay, some visual evidence here. Mr. Casino, I'm going to direct your attention to the television screen here. I need you to explain what it is that we're seeing and how it relates
All right.
to the alleged crime.
Hit it.
This seems to be some sort of private correspondence between you and your I guess now ex-wife.
Seems pretty self-explanatory, Judge. I don't know how much explaining you want me to do.
I guess maybe just like give us a little bit more context about the nature of this conversation, what led up to it, maybe how it relates.
A lot.
Yeah, those are normally the messages that I would send her until she blocked me on her phone.
I see. Okay. And the nature of your relationship with your wife seems fairly contentious right now. Is there any chance that she might be setting you up for some sort of crime, potentially trying to frame you for a copyright infringement crime?
I think that might be it, Judge. I mean, my wife, as you know, the brother of my wife. The brother of my wife.
Your brother-in-law.
Shkama gifted Questions an MP3 player.
Right.
And they were in cahoots putting all those MP3s on there.
And you
Who knows?
And you beat your child with a bat because of that, is what I was told earlier.
Okay, we going back to that?
All right, I'm just saying, just to remind the jurors where we're at in all this. I think we have another witness we need to hear from. Let's talk to them now. Witness, please state your name for the record.
Hey, how's it going? It's Carl from Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
Great.
Hey.
And
I'm a huge fan.
I look so much like him, huh?
really, you kind of do.
Right? Pretty crazy,
This is actually one of our better costumes.
one of our better ones, and the voice is pretty easy, I think. I forget kind of how he sounds.
It's close.
Yeah, it's pretty
Carl,
good.
You sound like Meatwad.
What?
You sound like Meatwad.
You watch my this.
Pretty
He's
close,
right.
though. As far as how guys in my day-to-day would sound, this guy sounds the closest to Meatwad.
I sound more like Meatwad's more like this. It's me, Meatwad.
But I don't sound like Meatwad.
no, you sound like you're Carl.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
All right, well, Carl, do you have anything you want to talk about?
I think Judge sounds more like Meatwad.
No,
I don't
Judge
sound
doesn't
anything-
sound more like Meatwad.
I was talking like this. This is what Meatwad sounds like.
This is me doing Meatwad. Hey, it's me, Meatwad.
No, you still sound like Carl.
That's pretty good.
That's because that's the best
you
I can
sound
do.
more like
That's a pretty good
You sound
Meatwad.
more like Frylock, honestly, when you do that.
I don't even remember that one.
All right. Well, I
He's
feel
the
like
French fry.
we're
He's the
probably
French
good
fry
on
guy.
we're probably good on Carl, right?
Yeah, I don't know this guy. What's this guy's deal? I haven't
just
been paying
shocked.
attention to any of
Did
this.
someone request you come to the stand? Because it's awesome that we have that shirt for
Yeah,
this.
it is. It really worked out that
And we're
way.
not even doing this bit really any
We
justice.
gotta fix. There's too much shit going on right now.
All right, you get out of here.
Jake, we gotta talk about this later. There's too much shit
We
going
sh-
on right
we
now in
should-
the episode.
We should have just raised the price of witness after like the second one came out.
I don't even know how to do that. That's on me. You're right. I'll
All
go
right.
deal with that.
All right, see ya.
Thanks, Carl.
Are we done?
No.
What's left?
No,
We gotta
two
vote.
more witnesses.
2 more witnesses?
Yes.
Why haven't we talked to them yet?
It's a lot.
All right, who are they?
One sec, I'm getting it.
All right. Any questions from the jurors in the chat for Mr. Casino while we figure this shit out?
An honor rule. Please stop calling witnesses.
Yeah, just raise the price.
So we need a shake impression now. You can do a shake? Can you do shake?
Can I do shake?
Yeah, do a shake.
What does he sound like? It's like, no.
You got it. You got it.
No.
You got it. Come on.
It's kind of like a normal guy voice.
You
right?
got it.
How did you pirate the vinyls? One of our jurors wants to know.
I did not pirate any music. The vinyls are first printed.
We almost had you.
They
All right,
almost got me.
let's hear from our witness.
Hello, my name is Lars Ulrich from Metallica.
Great.
We got a star-studded cast tonight, Judge.
Yeah, wow. All the stars are out tonight. Mr. Ehrlich, are you...
No, excuse me. My last name is from Metallica.
Sorry, Mr. from Metallica.
Yes?
Mr. from Metallica, are you familiar with the witness? Do you have any relation, or the defendant, Mr. Casino?
I do have some relationship with the witness.
What is the nature of your relation to the defendant?
I think that's rather private, Your Honor.
Okay, well, it's court, so you kind of have to tell us.
The relationship is deeply sexual.
Okay. You don't have to tell us how you guys fuck. I just need to know, like, what's your, like, are you friends? Is it, like, bad vibes?
No, Your Honor, if you insist. Usually, I tend to be the bottom in this relationship, though sometimes, of course, we switch it up. Judge, I don't know how familiar you are with homosexual erotica, but usually it takes a little bit of foreplay, loosening up the body, preparing for insertion. But of course, penetration is not the first act. Your Honor, that would be absurd.
You're right, we actually didn't have to hear any of that. Mr. From Metallica, do you have any testimony you want to speak on related to the crime of stealing copyrighted music? Otherwise, we're going to let you go.
Of course, Your Honor. As you know, I'm a famous silent film actor from the 1910s.
Oh.
And it's just tragic what's happened to my art. And we don't have music in our art. This has nothing to do with him exactly, but I was thinking about the nature of music in general. It's a tragedy what's happened to the film.
It is tragic. It's very tragic.
Well, I'm sympathetic to your plight, Mr. From Metallica, but unfortunately, unless you have testimony related to this specific trial, we're gonna have to let you go.
Okay, cheerio then, Your Honor.
All right, take care, Mr. From Metallica. Mr. Casino, do you have anything you want to add to that?
Your Honor, the Spartans would often engage in homosexual behavior before going to battle and win those battles. I consider that the same thing when I go to repair a jukebox. I engage
You're having
in
gay
sodomy.
sex so that you can fix jukeboxes better?
Yep.
And
I don't think there's anything wrong with that, Judge.
I didn't say there's anything wrong with that. I mean, I don't necessarily understand the logical connection, but hey, that's your right as a New Yorker. You can have sex with any consenting adult that you want and then go work on a jukebox.
Thank you very much.
Okay, we've got one final witness.
Make sure that's in the
record.
record.
Okay, that is for sure in the record. We've got one last witness that we need to talk to, and then probably some more written testimony because like 3 more people have subscribed since we last checked. Okay, great. Don't submit anything. We got to finish this trial. Let's hear from this witness. Are we ready, bailiff, to talk to the witness?
Yep. Yes! I love court.
Well,
Oh my God, she's here.
it's great to have an
My beautiful
enthusiastic
wife.
witness. This is your wife?
Yeah.
Please state your name for the record, witness.
Yes, it's Sheck exclamation mark.
I see, Miss Sh exclamation mark. And are you currently betrothed to Mr. Scorpion Casino? My understanding from our testimony so far is that your relationship's sort of on the rocks.
Oh, we are betrothed indeed. We do step out of our marriage from time to time to do stuff of the gay variety. But it is very, other than that, very loving relationship.
I see, okay, so it's sort of like an open relationship, specifically in the context of having gay sex in order to work on jukeboxes.
Exactly. I would never stand in the way of his profession. I'm just excited to be here.
Wow. That's very supportive of you. Now, I don't know how familiar you are with the trial that's going on right now, but your husband is being accused of pirating music. Do you know anything about that?
Oh, couldn't be. This is an honest working man. Every time he has gay sex, who does he come to tell? Me. Who does he detail every little nook, cranny, sweat, cum stain that he got? Me. You know what I mean? How could a guy like that lie? I just don't see it.
Miss Schmexclamation point, I don't mean to cut you off, but we did have another objection which puts your husband
The pills I sent you seem to be working.
dangerously close. That's another objection. You're one away. You're one away from this whole trial being for naught.
So I get to leave?
Well, you would be guilty.
What?
Miss Schmexclamation point, do you have any last thoughts you want to add to the record before we vote on your husband's fate?
Of course. I would just say for anyone out there who's gay and looking for someone to really shake up their life, please hit up my husband. He will rock your world and sing you a little tune after, okay?
Oh, well, that is
Hold me
very
now.
compelling testimony.
I'm 6 feet from the edge and I'm thinking
Love you.
6 feet
Oh.
ain't so far
My
down.
third objection X doesn't work. I think it only works on the other. Go on the stream deck objections.
I guess
on the
that
stream
means
deck.
I'm free to go. So I will
no.
be leaving now, Judge. Thank you very much.
You're free to go.
I'm
your
free to
wife
go?
Is,
Thank
no,
you.
not you. Your wife is free to go. You are not free to go.
Whoa, Judge, we got 3 objections. That means we gotta cut this case short.
I know.
Damn.
We did literally all of that only for it to not matter at all because you're automatically guilty.
Wow.
We didn't get to ride this out long.
We were supposed to raise the price.
We
of the
could have taken
objection
this
every
to a
time.
whole hour.
I did. I just brought it down.
We could have done a
Okay.
whole hour on
That
this.
4th objection was a wash.
Oh, okay. Well, you're guilty.
What are we sentencing to?
What is justice, Judge? What is this?
Sorry, that's the
Kangaroo
rule.
court, Judge.
That's the rule.
Kangaroo court.
You're guilty. So I guess all we gotta do is figure out what the punishment is. Chat, jurors in the chat, what is, it all seems above board, says your turn, my turn, I couldn't agree more. What's the punishment? We need to be able to pay to unobject.
Yeah.
Sentence to another hour of this.
Let's go.
No, we don't do cruel and unusual punishments. Eat cat poo. Play every song you ever downloaded on Kazoo. That's a good one from first time chatter. Scary, crazy butter knife. Scorpion Casino, you are hereby punished to play every song you've ever downloaded on Kazoo.
Is that sissy flute?
Yeah, it's its own instrument.
Why'd you say yeah, Judge?
I mean, I guess how else would you describe it?
I baited you, Judge, and I baited you and you took
Not
the
really
bait.
like a harmonica.
I baited you and you took the bait, Judge.
Your Honor, did you want me to include you calling the kazoo a sissy flute?
No, please.
I can't
Please
believe you
strike
said that, Judge.
I didn't say that. You said that.
I baited you, Judge, and you agreed.
Your
No-
Honor,
no
if I
one
might-
baits
if I
me.
might read back from the
Why would I
record.
describe anything as sissy?
Judge, a kazoo is a sissy flute. That's what I have in the record.
Okay,
I have
but
that
he
too.
said that.
I
He's
have that in the notes I take on my phone.
Casino said that. I didn't say that.
You
That's
took the
not
bait.
what the record says.
You
Okay,
took the
well
bait,
then the
Judge.
record is wrong. He did not bait me, okay? I'm the only one who baits in here. I'm the master baiter, okay?
Oh, Judge.
Thank you. Come on, we got there.
God.
Come on, we're having fun. All right, get the fuck out of here. Get out of my court. Get out of my court, Mr. Casino. You're done. This took way too long. All right. That sucked. Took way too long. Didn't even matter. Didn't even matter. We did all those witnesses. I think the guy was guilty though, for what it's worth. Folks, if you're
one,
just
always
joining
quick
us,
and easy.
first one, just to set the tone.
Just to show how it's done.
All right, we can let's bring the cost of witness down to $10. How about $3,000 feels a little steep.
Okay.
Let's maybe split the difference, bring it on down to 10. Folks, if you're just joining us, my name, of course, is Judge Learned Hand, and tonight we're hearing trials for criminals, not $0. $100 still feels a little steep to me. We're hearing trials for defendants who are accused of crimes. Okay. And you guys help us figure out whether or not they did the crime in a variety of ways. You can submit visual evidence on the TV. Only one person's done that so far. Those are the fast ones. Do those. You can also subscribe and submit written testimony. And look at that, we're already more than halfway to hitting our goal. If we hit it, we'll get to go shoot people. And you can also submit written testimony if you subscribe. And we've raised the price of witnesses to $10 because we had way too many during the first trial. But if you really want to put someone on the stand, pay $10, tell us who it is, and we will be forced to talk to them, for better or worse. All right, with all that out of the way, I think it's almost time now to meet our next defendant. So I hope you're ready, because they're taking the stand now. Defendant, please state your name and your vocation for the record.
Hi, Your Honor. My name is Tracy, she, her, and I'm a good girl.
Tracy, is that one name?
That's, well, yeah, that's one name.
Okay, do you have a last name, Tracy?
I don't have a last name.
Got it, okay. Well, Tracy, what is your vocation?
I told you my vocation was I'm a good girl.
Okay, I guess, what do you do for a living?
I don't understand the question, Your Honor.
All right, well, that's fine. We're gonna, look, being unemployed, there's no shame in that.
Your Honor, I'm not unemployed. I'm a good girl. It's what I do, and people house me and feed me.
Must be nice. Must be nice. Well, unfortunately, Tracy, you found yourself in court today, and we're gonna figure out why that is. Chat, can you remind me what it is that Tracy allegedly did to wind up in court? What is the crime for which Tracy stands accused? Another person is suggesting pirating something. We're not doing that. Wandering Stars, thank you. Pete on the couch. Yes. Defacement of private property, destruction of private property, urinating on the couch. Now, Tracy, do you understand the nature of the crime for which you stand accused?
Yes, I understand.
I see. And can you tell us a little bit about your typical procedures when urinating?
Yeah, Your Honor. Like any other self-respecting person, I wait until I'm let outside, I walk to the grass, I sniff around for a good spot, I sort of walk in a circle like anybody else, and then I squat down and I let loose my business.
And now, I've always wondered this. When you're doing the sniffing,
yeah,
what is it that's like, what are you looking for? Like, what is it like, oh, this is the spot I gotta piss in?
I'm looking for a good spot to piss in. I don't understand the question, Your Honor.
I guess I'm just like, what distinguishes a good spot from a bad spot? Like, how do you know, like, oh, this is the spot?
Your Honor, are you just pissing anywhere? Didn't your parents ever teach you how to take a piss?
Judge, what distinguishes a good pee spot for you?
Well, for me, I guess a good pee spot would be like a toilet.
Why?
Well, because
It's out of the way,
Judge,
included.
toilets is for drinking out of, Your Honor.
Well, not the way I use them, but to each their own, I suppose. I guess for me, I'm thinking toilet's a good spot because it's like private. I can make it go away with the button. And somebody is objecting, I guess, to the idea of peeing.
I think they're objecting to you, Your Honor. Everyone, look, I can see everyone in the jury seems rather triggered by your complete, unfamiliarity with the proper orders of pissing, which seems like it would be necessary before attaining such an esteemed position as yourself is in possession currently of.
Well, I don't understand what you just said.
Your Honor, can we get back to the question at hand?
Yes, I would love to get back to the question of hand. Now, we're not here to talk about how I pee. We're here to talk about the crime for which you stand accused, which is pissing on the couch. And we've got some visual evidence here, which I'm hoping is going to get us back on track. So, Tracy, in a moment, I'm going to direct your attention to this television screen right here.
Of course, Your Honor.
And I just need you to tell us what we're looking at and how it relates to your defense for the crime of pissing on the couch.
Yeah, what I see is a perfectly innocent one of my kindred who is simply guarding a pie.
I see. Now, to the untrained juror's eye, I could see someone potentially saying, well, that might not be an innocent dog. That might be a dog eyeing the people food for which they're not allowed to eat. Now, what say you to that?
Your Honor, first of all, I fail to see the relevance of this visual evidence. Now, if you're trying to establish a pattern amongst all dogs that they are good, bad boys and bad girls, and in order to paint me in a negative light, I'm pretty sure that's illegal, Your Honor.
Well, okay. Look, I am not trying to paint with too broad a brush here, all right? I don't see animals. I see defendants and I see judges. What I'm trying to establish with that piece of evidence is your ability to distinguish between a good boy
Right.
and a good girl and a bad boy and a bad girl.
Okay, well, what I see, Your Honor, in that picture is a perfectly good boy making sure nobody else eats that pie.
Okay. All right. Well, it'll be up to our jurors to decide whether or not that's the way to interpret that image. But in the meantime, we've got a witness that we need to speak to and hear what they have to say. Witness, can you please state your name for the record?
Hey, Judge, kill me. Please kill me. Please kill me.
I can't do that. I can't do that. What is your name?
Judge, I'm the couch. I'm this family's couch.
my
I've been their
God.
couch for 15 years.
Your Honor, this couch is a total drama queen.
Okay, now you will have an opportunity to respond to the testimony of the couch, Tracy, but please, we have to let, and thank you for the raid. We appreciate that. Welcome in, Junk Nail. Couch, what do you want to say on the record?
Do you know what it's like to be me?
I couldn't even begin to imagine.
Do you know what it's like to watch everyone in your life let you down every day by doing the worst things all the time?
Could you give us an example?
You think the dog pissing on me is bad? The kid freaking uses me to masturbate.
Okay, all right. I'm not sure
That
if
I
that's
can
relevant.
confirm. That is true.
Okay, well, that speaks to the credibility of the witness.
And then I'm supposed to be the kid's friend after that. We're all just supposed to, I'm just supposed to be the giving tree, where the kid just rubbing himself all over me, and I'm just supposed to be like, well, I hope you learned something from that, I guess. And I go about my day. I'm in hell.
I'm sorry to hear that, Mr. Couch. Unfortunately, we're not here to help you. We're here to get to the truth.
No one's here to help me.
You're right. Well, thank you for your testimony, Mr. Couch. Is there anything else you'd like to say before we let you go?
Dog pissed on me.
Okay, well, that's fairly damning testimony. Any response, Tracy?
Yeah, I would say that this couch is clearly traumatized, and I'm not sure how much stock we should put into anything it's saying.
I see. So you're saying that those who have experienced trauma can't be relied upon as credible witnesses.
I'm not saying as a general rule, but I'm saying in this specific instance, I think yes, that's what I'm saying.
All right, well, it's an interesting take and one we'll consider and our jurors will consider. But in the meantime, I'd like to get some questions from our jurors to ask you directly if they have any clarifying questions. So jurors in the chat, and I'm going to point you to our jury box right over here,
Okay,
Tracy.
Yeah. Sorry, where am I looking? Okay.
Right over here in our jury box.
We can read them out to you.
We can also read them out to you.
Yeah, I would appreciate that on account of I cannot read.
Now, here's a question from Juror Ice Cream Cone who wants to know, did you go number 2 on the couch?
I didn't go any numbers on the couch. I can't even count, okay?
Okay, all right. Now, do you want a treat?
Of course I would like it. I would love a treat, actually. What do I have to do for a treat? Because I would love a treat.
Well, in
Are
order
there
to get a
treats?
treat,
Your Honor, are
you're
there
going to have to
treats?
testify truthfully.
Are there treats, Your Honor?
Maybe for the good girl who testifies truthfully.
Okay, if that's all I gotta do. I mean, a
there
treat.
treats
A
for
treat.
the bailiff, Your
Treat
Honor?
sounds pretty
No,
nice.
there are no treats for the bailiff.
What? None?
Now,
Your Honor,
who's a good girl?
Me, Your Honor. That's
No,
me, Your
who's a
Honor.
good girl?
No, that's me, Your Honor. That is so me.
Who's a good girl?
Your Honor, it's me. It's me, Your Honor.
Okay, a likely story. We've got, okay. Now, here's a question from one of our jurors who wants to know, are you interested in a WALK?
I don't know what you're asking me, Your Honor.
WALK to the PARK?
I don't know what any of this means.
Okay.
Am I supposed to understand that, Your Honor?
Interesting. All right. Did we have another witness bailiff that we needed to speak with?
Yeah, Judge, I don't know if we queued their no, we didn't. Hang on.
Okay. All right. Well, we're going to speak to another witness in a moment here, Tracy. But in the meantime, and thank you for that sub. And how do you feel about walkies?
Oh my God, I love walkies. Are we going on a walk right now?
Well,
Your Honor, I would love to go for a walk right now. Is this the door behind me? Should I just walk?
If you're
right back
found,
here?
if you're found innocent, Tracy, you can go for a walk for as much as you want.
Okay, we can just go
No,
out
not
here?
yet. Not yet. We've got our witness.
We can just go out here?
Not yet.
Okay, Your Honor.
Not
all right.
yet, Tracy.
Okay.
We got to
I'm
hear some
sorry.
testimony from
Sorry.
our witness. Witness, please state your name for the record.
Hey, Judge, I don't think I need any introduction.
Yes!
I don't think I need any introduction, Judge.
All right. I can see that you are Mr. Jeff Foxworthy.
That's right. And I got a brand new show.
Okay.
What?
I can't just let you plug your special.
We're doing the show right now, Judge.
I'm sorry. This is the show.
Are you smarter than a dog?
Wait, I'm sorry. I'm confused. What is happening?
Oh my god, this is so cool!
We're
Bailiff,
playing
shut up.
Are You Smarter Than a Dog?
Mr. Foxworthy, we can't do a game show right now. We're in the middle of a trial.
First question. What's the best ball?
Oh, any ball.
That's correct!
Yes.
And Judge, it's starting to look like that you are not smarter
Okay,
than a dog.
I didn't even know I was playing. I could have also, I was gonna say a tennis ball, which dogs love.
Wrong. It's any ball.
All right, give me another one. Give me another one.
Okay, are we ready for the second question?
Yeah, but let me answer at least first.
That's not how this works, Judge.
No. This judge can answer first. He thinks he's a smart man up on his bench with his
I am
wig.
smart. I have a degree. I actually have 2. Now go ahead, Foxworthy. And then we're gonna look at some visual evidence.
What do we do at the park?
Play. Duh. What do you mean,
That is incorrect.
That's wrong, Your Honor.
Okay, so what's the answer
It's
then?
time for the dog to answer.
When we're at the park. Okay, first, I go and sniff on the secret bush to see if my friend Philip was there, and if he was there, I smelled for his pee, and if he peed, then I get to know all of the gossip from his part of the neighborhood. And then once I've done that, I have this little path where I run around back behind this tree where sometimes Jonathan buries balls, and if he did bury a ball there, I take one of his balls, and then I run back to whoever brought me to the park, and I say, do you want to throw the ball? And then they pick up the ball, and I throw it, and then I just stare at the ball, and then I stare back at them, and I'm like, oh.
I was gonna say that. I actually was just about to say that.
That's correct. And Judge is looking like you are.
All right,
not
this game is
smarter than a
stupid.
dog.
You're excused,
Yes.
Mr. Foxworthy. You're excused.
Let's
We're
do
done with
one
this
final
game.
question, Judge.
Fine, what?
Are we ready for the final question?
Yes. Give me the final question.
After this commercial break.
No. Get the hell out of here. Mr. Foxworthy, you're done.
Ozempic, Ozempic.
You're doing the O'Reilly's Auto Parts theme?
Yep.
They make Ozempic for dogs?
Excuse me.
All right,
Your Honor.
we are
calling me
back.
fat, Your Honor?
No. I'm not saying that. I'm just curious. You're done, Foxworthy.
And we are back and with our final question. The mailman is at the door. What do you do?
Retrieve the mail. You retrieve the mail from the
I
mailman.
know this one.
That's incorrect. The dog is correct. You, Judge, are not smarter than a dog.
Yes. It was a good try, Your Honor. It was a good try.
All right, get the hell out of my courtroom, Mr. Foxworthy. Get the fuck out of here.
Thank you. I will be on tour starting with Niagara Falls.
You're gonna do comedy on top of a waterfall?
Yep, on the boat.
Okay, get out of here. We've got some visual evidence we need to take a look at. I'm gonna direct your attention once again to this television screen, Tracy.
Okay, I'm looking.
Bailiff, are we prepared to look at this visual evidence?
Hell, Judge over here.
All right,
Judge.
I'm taking that as a yes. Here it is.
Yes.
And now what are we looking at here?
This is a famous painting, and it is called Kronos eating his son.
I see. And you introduced that into evidence to further your defense in what way?
I introduced that into evidence on account of that painting is actually owned by my owners, and it's on the wall behind the couch. And I thought you might have some sort of pee splatter analyst who might be able to say, look, if I were peeing on the couch, that painting's so close, surely it would have gotten pee splatter on it.
I see. So you're saying that because there was no evidence of visual piss splatter on that painting, that
Correct.
sort of redeems you of any potential guilt associated with pissing on the couch.
That's correct, Your Honor. That's what I'm saying.
Well-
Mac Place has an interesting statement here, Judge.
Yes, what is it? Taco dog spelled backwards is taco dog.
My God, he's
My
right.
God. I'm like, is that true, Your Honor? I cannot
No,
read.
it's not.
Oh my God. he's right.
God.
Your Honor, is that true?
Oh my God.
That is so exciting.
No, taco dog spelled backwards is Gato cat.
Cat, where? Where is that
Okay,
freaking cat?
all right, let's put it to a vote. Let's put it to a vote. Tracy, I want to give...
my ball! My ball!
Oh my God.
Your
Whoa,
Honor,
whoa.
Your Honor, I found the ball. Would you throw it for me?
All right,
Your Honor.
I'm going to throw it back to your podium.
Okay. Oh, Your Honor, I got
All
the
right.
ball.
Caboose,
I got the
thank you
ball.
so much for the 5 gifted. You've helped us hit our goal. But before we do anything else, I want to give Tracy an opportunity to make her closing statements. Tracy, the floor is yours. Before we give our jurors a chance to vote, now you can make your closing argument. Okay. And with that, jurors, the polls are open. Vote now to determine the fate of Tracy the dog. Tracy, if you want to make a closing remark, you can do it while they're voting.
I don't see the point, Your Honor.
Fair enough.
Good point.
Whoa! Entertainment by Thomas. Thank you so much for the $100 donation.
Whoa!
I don't know why you did that, but I really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Hero.
W Entertainment by Thomas. All right, well, with all of that in mind, let's go ahead now and close out that poll. It seems to me that by a fairly wide margin, the jurors have spoke, they've entered their verdict, and for the crime of pissing on the couch, Tracy, the jurors have found you not guilty.
Yes! Thank you, dog Jesus.
Congratulations, Tracy. You can now go for a walk.
Oh my God, where? This way?
Yep,
Through
that's
here?
the way. Go ahead, Tracy. Goodbye.
Yeah.
Turns out Tracy really was a good girl. Folks, 2 trials down.
Oh, wait, we got a crazy comment here from Grass Dragon. Pointing out that this person followed, 10 minutes later donated $100, not even subscribed to the show.
Incredible.
That's what a hero looks like.
That's what a hero looks like.
That's what everyone should
Setting the yeah, that's what everyone should do.
Unsub and give us $100.
Seriously though, thank you so much. That was incredibly generous. I hope you are enjoying the first 10 minutes of the show that you've seen. If you like that, gosh, there's so much more. Folks, if you're just joining us, my name, of course, is Judge Learned Hand, and so far we've done 2 trials. One of them took way too long and ultimately didn't matter at all. The second one, we let a good dog go free, and isn't that just a beautiful thing to do here in a court? But now, of course, we've hit our sub-goal, which means it's time to take a break from trials and head on down to the shooting gallery, where you will have an opportunity to test your mettle with a real live firearm and shoot some people. Yes, firearm training, our unlockable game that you've helped us hit by giving us 16 subs. So here's the deal, folks. We're gonna head on down there and you're gonna have an opportunity to decide which of these potential threats is an actual threat and which is a simple, innocent bystander. And we'll come back to more trials after this.
Welcome, cadets. It's me, the guy who is in charge of the shooting gallery. The chief, that's right. It's me, the police chief. And welcome in, cadets, because in a moment, you're gonna be shooting people. All right, let me take this again. I'm the chief, and you're the cadets, and we're gonna be running some exercises, some scenarios here. In a moment, 2 people are gonna appear. One in the doorway and one in the window. One of them will be a dangerous threat. The other will be an innocent bystander. And you will have to click. Yes, click on your screen. You will have to click on your screen to decide which one of them to shoot. Does that make sense to everyone? let's do a trial run right here with an easy setting to get your handle on your weapon. All right, here we go.
Hello, it is me, janitor from the future. In the future, we only use electric rake to clean.
Hey, it's me, janitor from the past, 1972 specifically. I make enough money to afford to buy my own 2-bedroom home in Midtown Manhattan.
Costs for janitors in the future have gone drastically down. I cannot afford anything. I don't know why I chose it for a profession other than to use the electric rake.
I was 19 and drunk driving legally in my car and deciding, maybe I should just do something with my life. And I stumbled into this, and I'm gonna be able to retire off of this and actually have $1 million savings account.
I have sex with this rake.
Great work, cadets! You correctly identified the janitor from the future as an innocent bystander. Love is love, and just because that guy has sex with his rake or whatever does not make him a dangerous criminal. And that other guy, yeah, that was a terrorist. But that was an easy one, okay? This next one, it's not gonna be so easy, all right? Now, this is a scenario that I actually ran into during my first year on the force, and I actually remembered it, and I turned it into a scenario in our machine here. So let's see if you can figure this out, because for me, I picked the wrong one. Here we go.
Hey, what's up? I'm Chet McDude. I'm your basketball coach.
Hello, I'm just an independent saxophone player, not recognizable as any other person or thing.
Yeah, when I'm not too busy coaching, I'm talking to your mom and saying, "What's up? How are you?"
I play saxophone at all sorts of independent clubs, all around the outskirts of Houston, Texas, for the most part.
And you know what's the best thing about ball? My balls, because your mom loves my balls, and I love throwing balls. So let's just get your mom on the court and see what happens.
And people always come up to me after a show and they say, "Hey, don't I knows you?" And I say, No, slow down, buddy. You don't know me from nowhere. I'm just an unknown saxophone player.
Correctly identified, cadets. Well done. Yeah, that basketball, that was actually a bomb. And that saxophonist, yeah, pretty scary, but technically not doing anything illegal. Yes, the arts. We don't respect them, but we can't technically shoot them for it. Anyway, we got another scenario here, and this one's a real doozy, okay? This one was actually created in a dog's dream. Yes, we actually hooked up a machine to a dog, and we figured out what it feels the most threatening potential assailant might be. So this one's gonna be tricky, but try to get inside the head of a dog. Okay, here we go.
Hello, I am a future burglar. Get out of my way, pup, or else I'll vaporize you.
And I am a burglar from the past, 1972. If I left the room and you didn't get my name, I got away with it.
And there are very high-tech alarm systems wanting to get me out. I have to dance through lasers, jump through neurons in order to rob you.
I can pretty much stab a guy in broad daylight, get into a car, and even if someone has the license plate of that car, I'm probably still gonna get away with it just by leaving town for one day.
Facial recognition software and any sort of germ particles can be picked up. There's a 99% chance I'll be caught, but that 1%, that's what I'm looking for.
I could walk into a police station tomorrow and become a cop after doing all the stuff I've done. They have no way of knowing.
Great job, cadets. You decided not to shoot either of those people and instead shoot the light, which, contrary to popular belief, was actually the correct choice because dogs don't actually see evil. Their souls are pure, and even when faced with two people who are literally saying, "I am a criminal," they will still decide not to attack. And isn't that a beautiful lesson that we should not take into the force? All right, folks, we've got, I think, two more? We got two more. All right, now this scenario, yeah, This one I actually found on a Reddit forum. Yep. I was in r/conspiracy theories, and I found that somebody wrote like this insane manifesto, and I was like, this could actually be a pretty good scenario for our shooting gallery. So I took it verbatim, and everything that these people say was actually written out verbatim in a Reddit thread. All right, here we go.
Ahoy there! My name is Captain Milk, and believe it or not, I was the actual captain of the Titanic.
And I'm Stanley Farmer. I'm the farmer they talk about in that song, you know, Old MacDonald.
Here's what I want you to be asking yourself. Why were your teachers always trying to get you to drink milk? Is milk perhaps tied to a broader global conspiracy? How did milk sink the Titanic?
And here's what I want you to ask yourselves. Where's our food coming from? You know? What is that organic shit? Who made up organic? GMO? I don't know, more like it. You better look out for that farm stuff because the stuff you're getting now, that shit is toxic. It's just toxic.
And what is even calcium to begin with? The chemical symbol is Ca. Okay, you know what else?
Great work, cadets. You correctly identified Milk as a terrorist. Yes, they sunk the Titanic. That thing that famously everybody on board was a cool, nice guy. But thankfully, you took them down, and now all those people can rest.
And you spared the farmer from Old MacDonald.
Right. And the farmer, that was cool. They were cool. They were innocent. All right, we got one more here. All right, and listen. Don't feel bad if you don't get this one right, okay? Because this one is designed to actually psych you out, okay? When you get into some scenarios in real life, you're faced with a lose-lose situation, okay? But at the end of the day, you gotta pick someone to shoot, all right? That's what being a cop is all about. Sometimes you're faced with two totally innocent people who've done nothing wrong, and at the end of the day, you just gotta pick one and kill them. All right, that's the motto. So this is exactly that kind of scenario, and we're gonna see who you pick. Here we go.
Hello, I am a basketball player from the future.
I'm a basketball player from the past. I am 5'9", the tallest player in the league by 4 inches.
And I am 18'4". We have regressed, and basketball has become a sort of coliseum sport. This may look like a normal basketball, but is actually a high-powered laser.
I basically wear what are bowling shoes and slide around on the court all day with a bunch of other 5'7" Jewish guys that are all gonna stop playing basketball at 21.
And depending on what my fans give me, I could have hover boots or maybe a big knife.
I'm gonna use this to get a scholarship and go to the Navy, and then I'm gonna become a marketing executive. My name's Donald Neisen. I'm Chris's grandpa.
I will never escape. I live here, and I will die here. I will play until death.
Wow, interesting. All of you guys clicked on kill yourself. When faced with the scenario where you were told there were two innocent people and you are a cop, you shot yourself. Well, we're not going to think about that or look into it or introspect about that at all. Goodbye.
much.
Oop, I'm not in my chair.
Who is it?
No, that was not a knock at the door, bailiff. That was me banging my gavel to signify that we're back in session. Yes, court is back in session, and thank you again.
Knock, knock.
No, bailiff.
Who's that? Judge. Judge who? Judge me or not, I'm gonna get Taco Bell after this.
Okay. As I was saying, my name is Judge Learned Hand. Thank you, Entertainment by Thomas, again for the another $100 donation. That is incredible. Thank you so much. Just Thomas is fine. That makes it a lot easier for me. Welcome in. We appreciate the support, Thomas. And whoever gifted Thomas a sub, thank you for that as well. We're going to reset that counter. Thank you, Mjorn. We're going to reset that sub goal in a second here, see if we can hit it again tonight. But folks, if you're just joining us, my name is Judge Learned Hand. We're doing trials tonight, folks. We've got defendants here who are accused of crimes, and they're representing themselves. And we, you and me, are here to decide whether or not, actually, it's really just you who gets to decide whether or not they're guilty, but I help ask questions. And you can also submit evidence in a variety of ways. You can submit images to display on this TV as evidence, and to do that, you gotta join the Discord. So if you haven't already, folks, I'm gonna remind you, join the Everything Now Show Discord. There's gonna be a link in the chat. If you type !Discord, there will be a link. Submit some images in the Discord. You might see yours appear on this TV. Whoa! Thomas, what is happening?
He wants to see it again.
Thank you, Thomas. We're not gonna go back to the shooting gallery just yet because we've got another defendant who's been waiting patiently for their day in court. And so we're gonna do one more trial, but then we'll go back to the shooting gallery.
We got a written testimony, Judge. It's not related to the case.
Okay, we've got some testimony that's been submitted unrelated to the case. Let's have a look at that. Bailiff, are we ready to take a look?
Yes, Judge.
Tywin says, Ozempic. Thank you, Tywin. Thank you, Tywin, for that testimony unrelated to a case. But folks, that's a great reminder that if you do subscribe, like Thomas just did, or Tywin did, you can submit testimony like that, and we will read it here in court. And hopefully it will affect our trial, which we got to get to, folks. We've got a defendant ready to take the stand. Let's meet them now. Defendant, please state your name for the record.
Hi, I'm Queen Geraldine Thermiddlemop.
Queen Geraldine Thermiddlemop?
Thermiddlemop.
Thermiddlemop. All right, we're gonna update our case file. Could you spell that last name for us?
T-H-E-R middle mop.
T-H-E-R and then middle mop, just sort of phonetically how it sounds.
It's like not first and middle, like middle and then not broom. It's like a wet broom. It's like a mop.
Got it.
Middle mop.
Middle mop.
It's pretty self-explanatory. I would like to not say it again. My baby is sleeping.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize that you brought your child with you. And
Princess Geraldine and Broom.
Wow, okay, different last name.
She has a different dad.
I see, okay. Is this like one of those like married because it like serves the greater cause of the kingdom kind of thing?
But we needed to merge our kingdoms to fight the Great War. I would like to not get into it. It's a sensitive topic and she's a young child.
Understood. Well, if it pertains to the case, unfortunately, you may be required to testify, but we're getting ahead of ourselves.
Okay,
Let's figure out what brought you into court today. Chat, can you remind me what it is that Miss Geraldine Thermiddlemop is accused of? What did they do, allegedly? War crimes? Robbed a Burger King? Stealing the Stanley Cup? More people are saying war crimes. All right, we already did peeing on the couch. A lot of people are saying war crimes. Maybe something a little bit lighter.
Nude war crimes.
Okay. Ooh, grave robbing is interesting. Thanks, Goat Vindaloo. We'll take that.
Finally, something nice and light.
Finally, something nice and light. Grave robbing. Now, Geraldine, I understand you've got a storied family history filled with kings, queens, and other various royalty. Perhaps those people were buried, not uncommonly, with their treasures, with their valuables. Am I right about that?
Oh, often. All the diamonds and the jewels you can imagine. We always, instead of keeping it for ourselves, we just put it in the ground. It's a tradition to bring riches through death, your rebirth, and then your life is rich.
I see. Okay, so let me make sure I understand correctly. You're saying that when you're buried with your valuables in life, you take those into the afterlife.
Yes, and then when you're reincarnated, because we believe in reincarnated in my religion, and then when you come back, you're even richer because you died rich. If you die rich, then you live rich.
I see, sort of cyclical in that way.
Life.
And what is your religion? Does it have a name?
Yes, it's Middle Mopping Sun.
Okay, so the religion is named after, well, not... It's sort of like derived from your name.
It's derived. My family has started every religion and every culture in my country, so they kind of just kept deriving everyone's name. Everything has a middle in it. It's just a part of our culture.
I see. All right. Well, I should tell you now that you're in the jurisdiction of New York, and so we've got our own set of laws and rules. I'm not sure if you're familiar with the concept of laws. Do you have a rule of law, and where are you from?
It's called Middle Burrington.
Okay, I should have seen that coming.
Yes, and what we do in Middle Burrington is basically if I don't like something, that is the law. If I like something, that is also the law. And that can change if I'm feeling hungry, if I'm feeling sad.
What are the laws? Are there like 3 or 4 laws you can tell us that are currently on the books in Middle Moppington?
Yes, if you fart, you must say, yeehaw, 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 and then you must run around like a little child and really just kind of sink in that smell. And then that's rule number 1. And then
That's number 1.
That's rule number 1.
That's at the top of the Constitution.
Top of the list. We have such a trash problem in Middle Burrington that the extra smell of farts needs to be proclaimed so that we can kind of come with the extra gust of smell.
You're saying that there's such a huge trash problem in your kingdom that it actually is better to be smelling people's farts?
It brings a refreshing kind of scent.
A change of pace.
It changes, exactly, Your Honor, you must understand. So, and then rule number 2 is every time you have, kind of an idea, you must run into the ocean, submerge yourself with an anvil, and if the idea is good and you're able to swim up for air, you can let us know.
Okay, interesting. Kind of reminds me of those witch trials we used to do here where if you were innocent, you died in a lake.
Oh, I'm sorry. My baby is talking? Okay, my baby like to say rule number 3. Rule number 3 is every time that there is a party, a royal celebration, you must bring 3 offerings. 1 that is freshly slain and 1 that you plan to slay at the party. Today I brought my child.
What's the third one?
Oh yeah, Bailiff wants to know the third one.
The third offering?
Yeah.
Right.
Usually that means you just need to make something from your own body, so that can be a feces, that can be a pee-pee, that can be a throw up, just something that you brought from your own inside.
Some sort of bodily
Some sort of bile, yes. We believe in the bile system still.
I
where
see.
I'm from, yes.
Well,
Your Honor, I object.
now somebody does seem to have some objections to your customs, and although I'm typically one not to make judgments, well, actually I am one to make judgments, I'm a judge. We gotta give you 1 objection. You've got 2 more though, and we've got a lot of evidence here.
That feels problematic, but I'm not going to get into it.
All right, we're not gonna get into it. First of all, we've got some evidence here, some visual evidence that we're gonna take a look at up on this television screen. So I'm gonna direct your attention up here. I just need you to tell me how this evidence relates to your defense. All right, let's raise that price. Crank that price up before we get a 3rd one.
Crank that dang thing up.
All right, we got 2 objections. Whoops. There we go. We got 2 objections. We're gonna raise the price so that you don't become automatically guilty too quickly. All right.
Oh!
Damn.
Wait, that doesn't count. We didn't get it up in time.
Well, that's kind of on us.
No, come on.
All right, we're gonna give you 4 objections because we were supposed to raise the price. But we gotta look at the evidence. Bailiff, are we ready to look at the evidence?
Can't be 3 by the same person.
Can't be 3 by the same
Well, that's
person.
3
a
by
great
the
point.
same person.
True.
All right.
Can't let one person run the dang thing.
Bailiff, are we ready to show visual evidence?
Yes.
Okay, let's have a look. What's going on here?
Oh yes, let me get on my spectacles. Okay, so this was my child. We weren't sure whether she was going to be a girl or a guy, so we had a gender reveal. And whatever my pregnant pea stick came out, or whatever color Fun Dip was in the bag was going to be the baby. So this is my baby, and this relates to grave robbing because
right.
This is the crime. The crime. This relates to grave robbing because I don't rob, but I want to protect the life of my child. As a girl in Middle Burrington, you have to have a lot of things against you. It was hard for me to keep my crown, and I will not have her start behind.
A compelling argument, Miss Thermiddle Bop.
Mop. Thermiddle mop.
Thermiddle mop.
Like broom, opposite of broom.
Opposite of broom.
Mop.
Is a mop the opposite of a broom,
We
or
should
is
not get
it
into
something
semantics
very
right now.
similar to a broom?
A dry broom is a mop. I mean, a wet broom is a mop.
Now I'm getting confused. Let's speak to our next witness to see what testimony they have to add to the record. Witness, please state your name for the record.
That's on us.
We forgot to move the chair. Go ahead, witness.
Your Honor, my name is King Thermiddle Mop.
Oh, Your Majesty, welcome to the courtroom.
Yes.
I assume that you are betrothed to the Queen, Geraldine Thermiddle Mop.
I am betrothed and married now for some years to my poor, tragic, ill wife.
Poor, tragic, ill wife. Now those are
Your Honor, that's correct.
I forgot to say, this is my last trial. I'm going to die soon.
Oh, you're just calling your shot.
Your Honor, she's not sick like that. Your Honor, I know that everyone wants to laugh at my wife, but
My wife.
she's really.
Bailiff, please don't do Borat during the trials. Or if you're gonna do it, commit.
Sorry, Judge.
Don't just do a half-ass my wife. Do a full Borat if you're gonna do it.
My wife.
All right.
She used to be such a vibrant and sparkful woman, but once our young baby died of plague, she went downhill fast.
You had another baby, not.
We
What was
only
this one called again?
had one baby, Your Honor.
Wait, but then who's that?
That is unfortunately our baby. We tried to stop her from getting into the mausoleum, but a mother's instinct sometimes is difficult to combat.
Oh shit! Wait, hold on. I think I'm understanding what you're saying. You're saying your baby died and your wife stole the dead baby out of a crypt?
Correct, Your Honor.
Jesus
Objection!
Christ.
The grave that she robbed was none other than the grave of our own child.
I'm overruling that objection, Mr. Middle Mop.
My wife.
I want to get some closing test. No, bailiff. Bailiff, commit to the Borat.
My wife.
It's so bad. My wife, come on. Put some sauce on it. Oh, I'm sorry, Miss.
Geraldine!
Your Majesty, I apologize if this is becoming an emotional problem for you.
No, it's okay. I am a king.
Do you have it? I'm sorry, what?
I am a king.
You have a kink?
I am a king. No, Your Honor, I am a king.
He's a king!
Oh, sorry. That one's on me. All right. Do you have any closing remarks you want to add to the record before we let you go?
I just want my sweet, poor dead baby to rest, Your Honor.
All right. Well, we'll figure out whether or not we can do that. You're free to go, Your Majesty. Do you
This
have?
baby isn't dead. This is not a
Why
dead.
are you holding it like
Why are
that?
you holding it like that?
It's not a dead baby, okay?
Oh yeah?
This baby's very much alive. Look. Could a dead baby do that?
No. So I guess you've got a point.
Thank you.
Judge, this is a classic Weekend at Bernie's Junior Edition situation we've got on.
Weekend at Baby Bernie's?
Yeah.
All right. Well.
Like Baby Looney Tunes for Weekend at Bernie's.
Right. Well, we'll let our jurors be the deciders of that, but we've got some testimony now, some written testimony, I think, that we need to take a look at. Bailiff, are we ready to look at that?
News to me, yeah, let's take a look.
Okay. Do you want to check to make sure it's there?
Yeah, we're good.
All right, great. Miss Thermiddle Mop, I'm going to read some testimony from a witness here, and we're going to get your reaction. a mediocre cat? A mediocre
cat.
A mediocre cat. Yep.
No, I do believe it's a mediocre cat.
Yeah.
A mediocre cat.
I think it's Italian, Judge.
I think yeah, that's
A mediocre cat.
right. That must be in your native language, Miss
A
Thermiddlemop.
mediocre cat.
Anyway, they say, I'm a friend of Princess Theron-Broom's, and their mom has always been kind and sent me home with riches like tasty thumbtacks and bleach tablets. The queen is generous and would never commit a crime. Wow, that's fairly compelling testimony in your favor, Your Majesty. What say you to that?
I'm glad someone finally knows my character. I make arsenic cookies for all the children of Middleburyington. And would a mean person do that? Would someone trying to kill and rob graves do that?
Well, I suppose, are those something of a delicacy in your culture?
Yes, it's very hard to come by arsenic in Middleburyington because of the wars. The wars are all over the chemicals and the chemicals. We're chemical free country. So
Oh, okay.
yes, thank you. We
All right,
make carbon
please
zero.
don't clap for the defendant.
Oh.
We've got another
Tom.
we've got another witness on the stand here. We're gonna get some testimony from them. Witness, please state your name for the record.
Hello, I am handmaiden to Her Majesty the Middlemont.
Handmaiden, I got it. Okay, so your relation to the defendant is that you are their handmaiden.
Mm-hmm.
And can you speak to whether or not Her Majesty the Queen might have ever robbed a grave?
Me and the Queen, we've dug up many graves, but never taken stuff. Just kind of taken out the bodies and, danced with them, played with them. Just kind of like had a little fun. But I don't believe we ever stole anything from the graves. I believe
so
we just we're having a good time.
So the distinction you're drawing is that while you did go into these graves and, by your words, take things out and kind of dance and play with them, you're saying that because you put them back, that technically doesn't constitute grave robbing. Am I understanding that right?
That's correct.
Correct.
It's an interesting argument and one that I'm having a hard time piercing.
Just girl things.
Okay,
Just
maybe
girl
I
things.
maybe I don't understand.
Sometimes we'll take Her Majesty's best and finest lip waxes and eye brushes and do up the corpses and make them look nice and presentable. Maybe bring them back, put them on the throne.
We'll give them a Brazilian wax and just, make them really shine.
I'm sorry, you're going into crypts and doing Brazilian wax on corpses?
Everyone deserves to look beautiful.
Just girl things. Girl things.
I gotta ask, because I've heard that like your fingernails and your hair kind of like keep growing after you die for a while. Does that include the bush region?
Oh, does it?
This judge is only some freak.
I know. Why are you asking me about
freaky judge?
I'm just curious. It speaks to the credibility of the story. You would know this if these details were true.
Well,
Judge.
maybe we'll take you out sometime.
I was gonna say, Judge, we're gonna
No.
invite you to girl time.
Just girl things.
Your hair is long enough.
No,
That's the
please.
requirement.
Okay.
Your hair must be long enough in order to participate in girly
girl
things.
time.
I see. Well, maybe another time. Miss Handmaiden, is there anything else you'd like to add to the record before we let you go?
You're pretty cute, Judge.
Okay, strike that from the record. You're free to go,
We shouldn't
Handmaiden.
have to strike that from the record.
No,
Judge.
no,
You're cute.
we can't.
Sorry, Judge,
I
did you
can't.
say to read from the record?
No.
I have Judge. The kazoo is a sissy whistle.
Okay, wait. I'm sorry. That's the last thing you wrote in the record. We've had a whole other trial since then.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, I ran out of ink.
Okay, well, someone say something next time.
All right, Judge. I'll send them home, I guess.
Great.
I can see every pore on your face, and it looks just delectable, Judge.
Okay, that's gross. Please leave.
Okay.
Judge, I think that should
All
be
right.
stricken from the record. You're a beautiful person. You should be able to say that on the record.
Please, everybody, stop talking about my appearance.
Judge, if I were to have another child, I would consider you being the father.
That's really touching and very sweet. And unfortunately, I can't let that sway my opinion of you or your guilt on this matter. We did just get another $10 from Bob Ross.
It's a really interesting.
So we're going to bring another witness to the stand. But I want to now give our jurors, while we're preparing that witness, I want to give our jurors in the chat an opportunity to ask you some questions directly, Mr. Middlebop.
Mop.
Sorry.
It's mop.
It's sort of a tongue
Why is
twister
that
for
so
me.
hard to get?
Right, the opposite of broom.
Broom. I don't want to have to say it again. It brings dishonor to my family.
I feel like the opposite of a broom is like dust.
You're incorrect. You're just incorrect.
Because like a broom is for making things clean and dust is
But
like
they're still
makes
both
it
in
dirty.
the cleaned family.
No, dust is not the no.
They're both related to cleanliness. They're both a scale in which you can record cleanliness.
No,
so already they're
right,
too
but they're
close
on
together.
but they're on opposite sides of the
But
spectrum.
you want
Whereas
things
like
that are on opposite categories. You want to completely branch out beyond the binary
yeah,
of
well,
cleanliness.
well, that's what I'm saying. Is that broom and mop are like right next to each other, no matter what scale you're on. They're like,
Judge, up and down are two different directions,
yeah,
and they are opposite.
right. I'm with you so far.
And a mop and a broom are both cleaning.
You're saying that mop and broom are mop is to broom as
Mop
up
and
is to
broom
down?
is up is to down.
Mop is not the opposite of broom.
Thank you,
What is the
stenographer.
function of broom but to consolidate dust?
Right.
And so the opposite of broom would be something that disperses dust.
Like
I'm
a-
thinking
like a-
perhaps
like a leaf blower?
A leaf blower is the opposite of
Interesting.
broom.
That's interesting.
Who asked this?
We have to get into the metaphysical. The opposite of broom should be like thinking about a baby or something. Like that's the opposite of a broom.
No,
to me.
I thought about that,
feel
but
like
that,
that's
I didn't,
farther,
yeah,
bro.
that's nothing.
If up is the opposite of down, and they're both directions, we are getting farther from the plot.
No, I'm with the bailiff on this one. I'm starting to think that up is the opposite of a nice quesadilla
That's
on a
what-
Mexican beach.
That's what I'm saying. That's opposite. That's a true opposite.
No.
Mop is to broom as Tarzan is to baby diaper.
There we go.
Yes.
Now we're just
okay,
saying
I'm seeing
shit.
it. I'm seeing
We're just
it.
saying shit now. None of this is the
seeing
opposite
it.
of anything. These are just non sequiturs. All right, we got no questions from the jury or
almost like an opposite sequitur.
or a bunch of them I just missed because we were talking about the broom thing. Jurors, did you guys have any questions for Mr. Middlemop about the trial? Anything?
I
Any
could
questions?
just sneak away as you argue, as someone pointed out. So you should actually applaud me for staying here through that terrible discussion I just put through. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Majesty. Mops are just boneless brooms. Okay, we're getting so far from the plot here. We gotta.
This next witness is.
I'll steer us back.
All right, we've got a witness on the stand. I'm sure that this is going to get us back on track. As a reminder, we've got a queen here who's being tried for the crime of robbing
Yes,
graves.
Queen Slay.
Queen Slay. Let's talk to this witness.
Okay, hey, it's Chris. I'm dressed like this because I'm doing a character later. Later on, you'll see why I'm dressed like this, but it's me. It's just Chris. So I go in to the initial audition, and that one, if I'm being honest, is a little low stakes just in terms of I've done it a million times. I know what I got to do. Wait, no, this was last year. Sorry. Because I was on Lloyd, I got sent straight through to callback, and that threw me off. I wasn't used. What?
Nepotism.
Yeah. And I wasn't used to that. It freaked me out a little bit. I kind of wanted the one to like sort of ease me in. So I go into the callback. I've got my resume and headshot. We're supposed to have already turned those in. So already I feel like I'm sticking out like a sore thumb. Guy next to me is like, you forgot to bring yours in the first time too, huh? And I'm like, yeah, sort of, haha. And then he like looks at me like, what does that mean? And I'm like, I don't know how to explain this. We do all the warm-ups. This one guy says he's from Vancouver. I'm like, you like hockey? He's like, a little bit. And I'm like, this will keep me occupied. So I talked to him about hockey for like 15 minutes. Then we go in and I tell a story. We all spend too long. So during the living room opening, we talked about, I forgot what the story was, but we all spend way too long like harping on that story. And then I'm like, we gotta move on to the next story. So I start telling a story. And by God, no one in the dang group has a single comment or question or riff off my story at all. They all just stare at me vacantly, waiting like if I'm supposed to keep telling this. I don't know what to do with that. So that kind of gets me in my head. I go out and do a scene, and I'm gonna be honest, the scene I was in, it was kind of in one of those scenes where someone was doing something weird and then being like, was that weird what I just did? And I kind of had to be like, yeah. But I guess I played it well enough. I guess I did a good enough job that they like felt like I was showing what I needed to be showing just in terms of like the rules of how it works because
Why are we doing this?
I don't know.
It
Someone
was
paid for
getting
this, I
laughs.
guess.
It was getting laughs, and then I really think what solidified it for me was during the second group game, someone was making this noise, right? and no one was sort of labeling the noise. And finally I go, has anyone seen what that noise is yet? Which kind of like drawed attention to the thing we were all questioning. And I think that's probably what did it. I didn't get the call until 9:45 that night, so I was convinced I didn't get it. But then I did get the call, and it turned out I did get it.
What's the name of your team?
My team is called Yikes. We're
Yikes.
lowercase y.
Yikes, that's an insane
It's kind of crazy
name.
because I think none of the 8 people on the team like the name, but somehow it ended up being our team name. But
sort of the least unliked.
we all sort of disowned it immediately, but no one wanted to really go to bat for another name. So we're Yikes. We are every. I don't know every, but we're some Mondays.
All right, Chris is guilty. I know he wasn't on trial, but send that guy to jail. Kill his ass. Where were we?
Oh, I'm just burping my baby.
Right, you're alive, baby.
My very alive baby. She had a little gurgle, so I just am trying to get it out.
I'm not here to tell you how to mother.
Thank you. I didn't come here for that.
Now, Geraldine, I want to give you an opportunity to address everything that's been said here so far. Just sort of as a recap, we had your handmaiden come in here and say that you and her would go into graves all the time, give them Brazilian waxes, dress them up, dance around with the corpses. We also had your husband in here not too long ago who said that you actually, that baby that you're holding is dead and that you stole that baby out of a crypt. To, I guess, fulfill some sort of motherhood traumatic fantasy. Do you want to address any of those claims or make any closing remarks?
I would just like to say girls will be girls, and I don't think we should be faulted for that. This baby is very clearly alive, and anyone who questions that is just jealous that they don't have the gift of being a mother. It was just Mother's Day. You think I would carry around a dead baby right after Mother's Day? That's just sick. That's
a great point.
It's just sick.
It's a really good argument.
It's just sick. And I don't want to...
I do want to point out that I'm concerned that the baby's being held upside down.
I'm burping.
Yeah, so now she said she's burping the baby.
I see.
Anyway, I just think, is it a crime to try to make death beautiful? If so, lock me up. Take me away. Take away the crown. I don't need it. I don't need it. Okay, this is all just stuff. And I just want to say, can I sing? Can I sing?
You want to make your closing remarks in song?
I would like to.
All right, it's atypical, but we'll allow it.
Yes, I am digging for beauty, digging for love, digging for baby, very alive baby. So that was just something that came to me.
Now, is that part of the song just now? The
thing I'm talking right now. That's sort of an interlude I do to just
this is where you explain
the song because it goes over people's head.
I was totally lost until you started explaining.
Yeah, so that's just that's all. That's it. Do you have anything to say?
We've got one final piece of written testimony here that we need to take a look at, and then I think our jurors are going to vote. Let's see what this piece says. This is from a Will Mill. Now, am I reading that wrong too? A Will Mill?
Wheel meal.
Got it.
A wheel meal.
A wheel meal who says, the indictee gave the defendant a red eye during the full moon. Pigeons now receive psychological support. Lynx went to rehab. Now, to me, that feels like a riddle of some sort. Like something like the Joker or the Riddler would write in like cutout pieces of a magazine on a note to scare me. How do you interpret that, Your Majesty?
In Middleburyington, the red moon is when we do most of our sacrifices. All the women in Middleburyington, their periods line up with the red moon, so we go on a nude run and we just free bleed all over the country, kind of giving life to all the land. So to me, this seems like it's a citizen of Middleburyington trying to spread our culture to this courtroom, which I respect.
Gross. All right, well, I think it's time now to vote to decide whether or not Her Majesty Thermiddle Mop is guilty. Again, once again, the crime is grave robbing. We've had some testimony here who specifically said not only did they witness you do that, but they actually took part in robbing graves with you. But ultimately, it's our jurors' decision to decide whether or not you're guilty. Any last words you want to say while they're voting?
No, I have nothing to say. I've said everything I need to say. My baby is ready to go. She has kite flying lessons in 30 minutes, so.
Kite flying lessons.
Kite flying, yes, it's the family trade.
I see. Okay, so that's, you guys do that as a job. I assume that you were royalty, you didn't have jobs.
Well, we like to have hobbies. If you think it's just, you don't do anything all day just because you're rich.
I see.
Yes,
You gotta live a fulfilling life doing
Yes.
something of value to
and
society.
pass it down to your children so that the tradition stays.
And for you, that's kite flying.
Kite flying.
Got it. Okay, well, I think we're ready to close out that poll now. It's a tight one. It's really close, but I think we've got our answer here. We can go ahead and close that out. Your Majesty, Queen Geraldine Thermiddle Mop, for the crime of grave robbing, our jurors have entered their verdict, and they find you guilty.
No!
Oh, your baby that was alive. You just spiked it on the ground.
Oh no, she fell!
Oh, okay.
Where's my handmaiden?
Mr. Middlemop, stay right there. We have to figure out what your punishment is. Chat, what is the punishment for Her Majesty Thermiddle Mop? What are we gonna do to Her Majesty to make them see the wrongness of their ways? Stress test the baby?
My wife.
Thank you. Eat the baby. Why are so many people saying eat the baby?
If I must.
No.
I mean, is that a crime?
A lot of people
Is
are
that a
saying
punishment?
eat the baby.
It's not a crime to eat your own baby.
It doesn't sound like much of a punishment, more like a delicacy.
She might have to hang out with Chris.
Someone's saying the punishment is she has to hang out.
Oh no, please, anything but that.
Yes.
Corbis doesn't allow that.
You're sentenced to hearing Chris talk more about his Herald Night audition.
Oh, fuck!
Sorry.
Oh, God!
Sorry.
God, no, please! God,
It's decided.
anything, please! Judge! Reason with me here.
It's too late.
That guy was
Here I
horrible.
am talking about hockey with some guy.
Your Majesty, farewell.
He's waiting outside.
I hope you learned your lesson.
He's already started the story as if you're there.
And I'm telling the story. It's the living room opening. You gotta remember. No, it's just fun.
It's been quite a night. We've had a few trials, some innocent, some guilty. We talked to a dog. We talked to Queen. Chris told that really long story.
You think I'm gonna have time to do this guy?
Probably not,
All
because
right.
we got to do the shooting gallery.
I was gonna do heterosexual Liberace, and he was just gonna play guitar.
All right, let's try to do that as a button when we come back
Okay.
after the shooting
He was
gallery.
just gonna play Smoke on the Water on the
Foreshadow.
guitar.
Don't go anywhere if you want to see a heterosexual Liberace. But before we do that, we got to head back to the firing range because we just hit our goal, folks. We hit it again. Thank you to everybody who subscribed. We're heading back to the firing range where you'll get a chance to shoot people with a gun. And when we come back from that, Chris is going to do a heterosexual Liberace to close it out.
Everyone's like, I can't wait to see this.
Heterosexual Liberace.
Wow.
Let's go.
Gotta see this.
Here we go.
Awesome. Hell yeah. All right, cool.
Finally, into the straights.
We're gonna go to the firing range. We're gonna run some quick ads, and we'll see you at the firing range.
All right, everyone shut up. This show's starting. It's me, the frickin' guy, the chief. It's me, the chief. And we're back here in the shooting gallery with some more scenarios. And yeah, everybody was saying those last ones were so easy. We need a freaking hard one. Well, I guess you're gonna get what you want, because I just queued up some of our hardest scenarios. So I hope you're ready to click on your screen and pick the bad guy. Because if you don't pick the bad guy, guess what? You're not getting a job here at the police force. All right, let's start it up. Here we go.
All right, so my first coach was in New York, actually. This woman named Molly Thomas. I don't think she really liked me.
This one's for you, ice cream cone.
201, I had Jill Donnelly. She was the best. And actually, someone can clip this. I want this out there. Jill Donnelly.
Great work, chat. You did it. Great pick. That one was obvious. Remember when I said it was hard? This one was actually going to be really easy. All right, let's do the next one.
So Jill Donnelly is my 201 teacher. I actually love her. I love her a lot. I'm like a huge fan of her. She was so kind to me. She was the best. And if anyone knows where Jill Donnelly is, how she's doing, I love her so much. I would love to be like, you're the best. I'm on Herald Night. Thank you so much. Because she was so instrumental in me really feeling like I was good at it and it was something fun I could do. 301, I had Brennan Lee Mulligan. He was cool. Kind of felt the opposite, where he was like, you don't necessarily need to do this all the time, Chris.
Yep. Didn't even get a word from that other bystander, but correct. You nailed it. All right, but let's get serious here, folks. Okay, enough fooling around. Ha ha ha. We all had our laugh. This next one, though, this is actually a real scenario. This is actually my police chief back when I was a cadet. My police chief actually ran into this exact situation. And let's just say it didn't go so good for him. But hopefully you guys can figure it out. Here we go.
I thought I was crouched down on that one.
All right, so anyway.
That's funny though. You had Brennan for 301. I have Brennan for 401.
That's very funny. So yeah, I don't think Brennan really loved me necessarily, but
he doesn't know who I am.
Yeah, he was cool. He actually the other day he was like, "Why do I know you?" And I was like, "You were my teacher a long time ago." He was like, "Yeah, that's it. That's
Did you
it."
ever take a class with Julie Brister?
Yeah. So Alex and I both did separately a monoscene class with Julie Brister. That was my first advanced study. She rocks. I also had Billy Merritt for 401. He was awesome. Then I took a second Billy Merritt class. Stay on here, Jake. Yeah. I also, really quick, just sort of run the gambit. I very recently took an Alex Fernie class.
Sorry.
He was great.
Shoot Chris again.
I took a Johnny Meeks class. Similarly, it felt like Johnny did not really like me, nor want to be around me. I took a Beth Appel class. She really hated me. I mean, really was clearly she was so upset.
All right. Something's wrong with the machine, I think. Let me try this again. All right, this one's for real. We've recalibrated the machine. We figured out there's actually a glitch in the scenario machine. Someone took a hammer to it, and I think we figured out what the bug was. So this one's real. This one's real for sure. I'm sure this one's gonna be normal and good.
And in New York, I took 3 classes actually too. I was briefly back there. I had Zach Willis, Alex Dixon, and James Dwyer, and I really loved them. Alex Dixon, Dwyer is great. He's actually going to be on the show June 25th. James Dwyer will be back on with Maggie and Caroline from the Stickers Pod. But
saying no one's clicking.
Alex Dixon also was so great. I took an emotional improv class with her, but it was kind of just an excuse for us to do a little more acting-y improv. She was so supportive and kind. I really, really liked her.
Okay. Do we want to do one real one?
Okay.
Yeah, let's do one real one.
All right. We're going to do a real one. Enough of this. Click Maps wasn't on? Okay, that one's on me. Okay. That makes sense why no one was clicking. I mean, we all knew what the answer to that one was, right? All right, let's do a real one. This one's a real one. This one's a real one. No more Chris. Here's a real one.
Hey,
So the other thing though is really the best education I got was as a Lloyd team with James Mannion. James is going to be on the show on Thursday, and he was so kind and supportive and cool. and really inspiring. So I loved having James. He was probably the ultimate teacher for me. And then we had
I'm turning his mic off.
Coaches like I had George Carey for a while. It was very interesting. Now in terms of like Franklin gossip, in terms of that, I don't know if I have much, but I was study there for like 7 months, so maybe I can think of a couple things. Yeah, I have a Matt Besser story.
I'm really sorry about this, guys. I thought we were gonna have a lot of fun, but
I hope that guy's not mad. The guy gave $100.
yeah, is the guy who's donated $200 already still having fun?
I can do heterosexual Liberace.
Should we just go do heterosexual Liberace? Let's do one. Let's do one where Chris doesn't go in there.
All right, fine. But they're all gonna be waiting for it.
All right, here comes a real one. Thomas says I'm laughing my fucking ass off.
Good.
Effing, I should say. I don't want to put dirty words in Thomas's mouth. All right, great. Thomas is loving the Chris stuff, but here comes a serious one, guys. All right, this was all very funny. Ha 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 ha. But what this is really all about is training you guys for life or death situations that you might see out in the field. Okay? This isn't playtime, okay? This isn't ha-ha funny time. This is real dangerous scenarios that you might see. So let's focus up, okay? Let's get real. Here comes a real scenario.
Hey, I'm that guy from the bear. Yes, chef. Yes, chef.
And my name is Cowboy Wizard.
I like to cook. I don't clean, but I make a mean plate of greens.
Yep, I spend most of my time out west, practicing fireballs on buffalo.
And when I'm not cooking, I'm cooking up beats. I'm also a producer. Check out my SoundCloud, The Guy from the Bear.
Let me tell you this, ain't nothing more helpful in a hand of poker than having a mage hand to be able to slip cards in and out that deck.
Part of my recipes come from taking my own locks of hair and throwing it into the dish and just seeing what comes out. What's the most flammable part of my body? So far, it's been my pubics.
Let me give you a sample.
Oops, sorry, Cowboy. Sorry, Cowboy Wizard. But great work, cadets. You decided not to kill either the guy from the bear or the Cowboy Wizard, and you decided to shoot yourself, which again is always a viable option when you work for the police. All right, and with that,
done a bunch of those instead of all that Chris shit.
could add all of that. Could add 5 more Cowboy Wizards.
Fucking crap we did.
All right. Okay, let's go see this straight Liberace guy we've been talking about. We gotta do that.
Jump right to it.
Do we jump right to it?
Jump right to me.
Yeah, here. What if we just...
Oh, I'm missing the glasses. I guess I don't need the glasses.
All right, hold on. Let me come
I was
around.
supposed to have glasses. Hey, how you doing?
Bullshit. So I ripped the headphones out of the computer. Hold on, I'm coming. Gotta plug the headphones back in. Here I come. All right, give me a sec. Excuse me. All right.
Hey, Judge, how's it going?
Hey, heterosexual
Hey, what's up,
Liberace.
man? It's me,
I mean, what's your name?
It's me, heterosexual Liberace. What's up, baby?
Yeah, this is good.
Gotta play a little tune for you.
This is good. Yeah.
Gotta play a little
some
tune
music.
for you.
Yeah,
Just
play
here
some-
right now, me, heterosexual Liberace. Mind if I play a little tune?
Yeah.
Smoke on the water, Judge.
Wow, what an episode that was, folks.
Thank you so much, everybody. We're the Everything Now Show. We do this show 4 nights a week, every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. So come on back if this is your first time, and please follow the show if you haven't followed the show. Entertainment by Thomas. Dear Lord.
Is that real?
You wild for
real,
that
Thomas?
one.
You're really wild for that one. Thank you so
Wild.
much, Thomas. Holy crap.
Crazy.
But thank you to everybody. But really, mostly thank you to Thomas. But thank you to everybody who supported tonight. Like Chris said, we do this show 4 nights a week. So if you had fun at this one, come on back Thursday night for a brand new episode. Especially you, Thomas.
Yes, and please follow us on everything you see below here, all of our socials. There's bespoke content for each social platform, so you gotta keep up with all of them. Please follow our secondary channel, the Hangout channel. Please join the Discord. All the evidence you saw was submitted by you in the Discord, so get in the Discord if you're not already in there. Buy our merch. We got hats. The shirts are gone forever. You'll never, if you don't have a shirt right now, you'll never ever have that shirt. It's impossible for you to ever get.
But what you can get is a beautiful dark green, sort of like a forest green. I know it looks almost like black on the camera because of the way we color correct, but that is a beautiful forest green colored Everything Now Show hat, and it's limited edition, folks, which means once they're gone for good.
And
So if you want one, you gotta type !! merch in the chat, follow that link, and buy a hat while they're still there.
But also, folks, I actually don't want to say most of the thanks goes to Thomas tonight.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Who does most of the thanks go to,
I actually think most of the thanks goes to our 2 incredible guests.
Do
you guys get what I'm going for here?
What?
Do you get what I'm going for?
No, that guy donated like $300.
Yeah, but
I don't know what you're saying.
Yeah, wait, I don't know what I'm saying.
Chris, just introduce us.
It's like the idea is like they're actually doing the most help because they're bringing their comedy.
Did they bring money?
No, we don't pay them.
You don't pay us?
And thank you so much to our 2 great guests. It's Sarah and Toni. Come on out.
Sarah and Toni, come stand under the Everything Now Show sign and strike a pose for the gram. Hell yeah.
Perfect.
Thank you both so much for doing the show. You were both so dang funny.
I like to thank Thomas still.
Hell yeah,
Thomas still
shouts
feels
out.
like,
I was
yeah.
kidding, Thomas. I'm way more grateful to you for sure.
Thomas, I don't get any of that money, so I don't care about you.
Exactly.
That's right, and we respect that take as well.
Folks, do you have anything you'd like to plug? We have your Instagram handles, but if there's anything you'd like to plug in terms of like project or maybe like a team you're on with a cool guy, anything like that.
I can't think of anything. I don't know anybody who's on a UCB Herald team.
Actually, I thought of one, Tony. Tony and I are on a UCB Herald team
we
together.
Are. We are.
You can come see us on Monday nights. It's a team called Yikes. And you might have already seen some people from the team on this show. You might see some more people in future shows. A lot of us are going to be guesting for no discernible reason.
Totally.
Hard to say why, but you should definitely check that out, folks. If you are in the LA area, you gotta go check out this team at the UCB Theater on Franklin.
Yes.
They're doing good stuff on Herald Nights.
And I'm Sarah, in case you don't know which of us is Sarah and Tony. I'm Sara Caplan. You can follow me on Instagram at Sara Rose Caplan. Sarah, no H. I'm not a freaking heathen. And are you a fan of Riverdale? I don't care, because my friend Omar Najam and I are going to be putting out a podcast called Riverdale Season 6, where we just watch Riverdale Season 6 with other people. We've seen it all, but people who've never seen an episode of Riverdale, you can come listen to that. That's going to be fun.
And folks, there may be an episode featuring me, a guy who's never seen an episode of Riverdale before.
That's right. Chris has already contractually agreed.
So...
And if you're in Austin, Texas and want to come see me pitch my pilot at the ATX TV pitch competition on May 30th,
let's go!
Come on down and clap extra loud when I go up so they vote for me. Yeah,
Yes.
baby.
Can people vote who aren't there?
No.
Okay.
And it's not even a voting thing, it's judges. But if I stack the crowd, that just gives me 6 extra points.
Drive to Austin, stack the crowd.
Drive to Austin, stack the crowd. I like it. It's like a song.
Stack the crowd, drive to Austin, stack the crowd, stack the crowd, stack the crowd, get real loud, stack the crowd,
stack the crowd,
stack the crowd, stack the crowd.
Okay, folks.
That was breakdancing.
That was great.
That was
good.
hip hop.
That's it, folks. Thank you so much for watching. Come on back Thursday night. There will be a brand new episode. It will not be courtroom. It will be something completely different, but it will still be interactive comedy. So if you had fun at this one, make sure to come back and get in the Discord so you can submit images for that next show. If this was your first one, you probably missed your chance. Don't miss your chance next time. Get in the Discord. Oh, and follow our other secondary channel. Type !hangout because Rocky and I are going to be playing Minecraft over there.
Shouts out Jill Donnelly. I don't know what you're up to these days, but shouts out to Jill Donnelly.
Jill.
You were awesome to me when I was 21 years old.
We're rating Gappy V. Say hi to Gappy for us, friend of the show. Give him some love.
What up, Gappy?
And come on back
Bye, Thomas.
Thursday night. Bye, Thomas. Bye, everyone
Thomas.
else.
Bye, everyone.
Shouts out Jill Donnelly.
Looking for a sugar daddy, Thomas.
And